working to learn more about a possible homicide investigation in South Atlanta.
The scene unfolded at a home on Roy Street. A detective tells us one man was dead, but he didn't say how he died. Atlanta police say they'll release more information when they can. A double shooting in Northwest Atlanta leaves one person dead and a teenager hurt. This time it happened in a neighborhood on Lois Place. That's where police say they found a 16-year-old shot in the arm. Officers later found another victim dead from apparent gunshot wounds. Investigators are looking into two different scenes, but they haven't released any names just yet or said what led up to the gunfire. In DeKalb County now, the search is on for the person who shot someone outside a gas station on Memorial Drive. The victim was taken to the hospital, and police say they're expected to survive. Investigators are looking for a motive and the gunman.
Now to a live look at Capitol Hill, where last night the Senate gave its final sign-off to a bill to reopen the government. Now it's up to the House. And as Fox's Doug Luzeta reports from Washington this morning, there is a mad scramble for lawmakers to return to Washington.
Well, for many of these lawmakers, it's not going to be easy to make it back here to Capitol Hill because the shutdown is still underway and air travel today is about to get even worse.
The bill as amended is passed.
It all came to an end in the Senate last night. The Republican bill to reopen the government passed with 8 Democratic crossovers.
After 6 excruciating weeks, I will stop talking and let all of you get some rest.
Rest for the Senate, but for the House, it's all just starting, with members there having to give their own approval tomorrow if they can. And they have been largely absent from the Capitol for weeks now during the shutdown. Now they will join the ranks of other Americans who are struggling to get anywhere with shutdown-related flight delays and cancellations across the country.
You need to begin right now returning to the Hill. We have to do this as quickly as possible.
With so many air traffic controllers calling out sick during the shutdown, the FAA will further reduce flights today across the board. And President Trump fed up, writing on Truth Social, "For those that did nothing but complain and took time off, I am not happy with you." But he told Fox's Laura Ingraham yesterday that he's rewarding those who remained on the job.
I'm sending them a $10,000 bonus.
Where's that money coming from?
I don't know.
Also uncertain when government offices will reopen and when SNAP benefits will resume. And there is still a great deal of anger among Democrats, many of whom promise to continue to resist the funding bill when it comes to a vote in the House.
We're going to continue to lean into the fight.
And as for air travel, the White House is hopeful that all of the disruptions will come to an end just in time for the long Thanksgiving weekend. In Washington, Doug Luzeta, Fox News.
Meanwhile, problems continue to pile up at Atlanta's airport as the shutdown drags on.
Good day's Caitlin Pratt joins us live from Hartsfield-Jackson, where flight reductions are set to rise to 6% ahead of even more increases. Good morning.
Yeah, cutting those flights across the board. Good morning to you both. And I just checked the latest numbers here at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, of course, the busiest airport. 29 delays, 116 cancellations. And looking ahead for the rest of the week, a lot of airlines already preemptively making those cancellations. Travel plans scrubbed. Thousands of air travelers at Hartsfield-Jackson dealing with delayed or canceled flights.
So I decided to cancel and get a refund.
The shutdown has forced some 13,000 air traffic controllers to work without pay. The FAA ordering airlines to reduce flights at many of the nation's busiest airports to try and maintain safety as more air traffic controllers call out. And that's led to the widespread disruption.
Just trying to take deep breaths and just make the best of it, I guess. I don't know.
And when the shutdown ends, it could take several days or longer for air traffic to return to normal. Airlines will have to work to untangle complicated flight schedules and recover from staff shortages that can't be fixed right away. So where does the slowdown stand? A flight reduction of 6% Tuesday, with plans to increase to 8% on November 13th, reaching 10% by Friday. Private planes are now prohibited at a slew of airports as well, including Hartsfield-Jackson International.
You book a trip to have a good time and make memories. These are the last type of memories you want to have.
And another layer, of frustration has to do with rental cars. With so many flights canceled, people are turning to one-way rentals to get to where they're going. So now There is a shortage here in Atlanta and across the nation. That's the latest here live at Atlanta's airport this morning. I'm Caitlin Pratt for Good Day Atlanta.
Gosh, lots of ripple effects. Thank you, Caitlin. Well, the metro area is still under a freeze warning this morning with temperatures in the 20s.
Yeah, you could definitely feel it up in the North Georgia mountains, so it's even colder, and they had some light snow causing some school districts to cancel classes or move to virtual learning. Good Day's Mark Teichner is in a Fox 5 storm chaser. He is actually tracking the conditions. Mark.
Hey guys, that's right. We're here in Blairsville, and we were showing you earlier in the morning the main streets. Now we're going to take one of the secondary streets. You can see obviously pretty dry, but a little bit of snow there on the edge of the road. And as we go through, and you can see this driveway, this has got the concern. When you get a street that has that bit of snow on it, maybe through the fact that they had some kind of shade or something like that, that's causing the problem, why this area was under that winter weather advisory during the overnight hours.
I wasn't expecting the snow.
That explains why Liam Horncastle is dressed in only a t-shirt. But then again, he's used to this kind of weather.
Yeah, so originally from England, so don't really feel the cold too much. So, but yeah, no, I love it.
Not everyone agrees, especially when the wind picks up.
It's freezing.
With temperatures in the 20s and a light snow in the mountains doing just enough to get the roads wet, GDOT warns of potentially dangerous conditions.
We're prepared as always. We have crews on standby, the equipment's ready. We're ready to plow. We're ready to apply materials if need be.
Crews were out monitoring North Georgia roads looking for slick spots. GDOT warns drivers to be cautious.
Especially up in those northern counties, the hills and the windy roads up there, just use caution when driving. You know, go the speed limit. Don't drive too fast.
The cold weather is expected to stick around for another day. Some folks tell us the best way to deal with it is just to stay inside.
It's cold. We're from Florida, so it's chilly.
Build a fire and see if we can keep warm.
Yeah, keep warm if you can. It's the actual winter weather advisory here has expired. That is good news. We are now under a freeze warning until 10 a.m. in these parts. And at last check, it was still about 23 degrees in Blairsville, so it is pretty cold. We're going to stay on top of this. We'll come back to you in the next half hour. But for now, that is the latest from the Fox 5 Storm Chaser here in Blairsville. Back to you guys in the studio.